Hi guys, so for this unit we will think about sustainable ways to develop the rainforest. You will produce a short recommendation report on how to develop the rainforest in a sustainable way. In this report you might want to think about Sustainable Development Goal 15, Life on Land. You might also want to think about Sustainable Development Goal 14, Life Below Water. Your recommendation report has three main functions. To inform. People need to know about SG15 and the problems farming the rainforest can cause. Your report also needs to analyse. It needs to analyse the different problems rainforest agriculture can cause, but also the benefits that farming can bring to the people who live there. You need to look at both sides of the argument. This is analysis. Recommendation. Now you've analysed the good and bad things about developing the rainforest, you need to make recommendations. This should be a more sustainable or environmentally friendly way to use the rainforest. Remember, in our situation, we cannot simply stop using the rainforest because people require food. So let's go through those sections again. A good report needs to give the reader new information. It needs to inform them. It needs to analyse the good and bad things of current ways that we use the rainforest. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you need to make recommendations on the best way to farm the rainforest. When you make these recommendations, you will probably want to focus on your farming method and how it preserves one natural cycle. How the old methods of farming might destroy this cycle. You might want to choose the water cycle or the nutrient cycle. So, let's get started now with the cover page. It should have a title, a large photograph, your name and the date. Remember, don't worry too much about the photograph. You can change it later on. You might also want to include other images, for example SDG 15 or 14. You might also use the ideas from experts or perhaps their images or icons that represent their companies or their communities. Your report gives information from experts. You are not the expert on rainforests. Other people are. Different groups of experts that you might like to think about are indigenous people that have been farming the forest for thousands of years. They have valuable local knowledge. Also, you might like to consider the role of new farmers that have come in and started building their farms. While they haven't lived here so long, they will also have knowledge about farming the area. And finally, your last group might be scientists. They have scientific knowledge. These different groups of experts can work together to create a better way to use the forest. Your report must be relevant to the reader. So to remind you, this report is to farmers and their children. Farmers want to farm. They need to farm. So you must make your report relevant to them. Your ideas must help them to develop the rainforest, grow enough food, and make enough money to survive. It must be relevant to the reader. Your report must solve a problem. So problems we have already looked at are soil erosion. habitat loss, species becoming extinct. But also we have the problem of an increased population. We simply cannot use the old method of slash and burn because with population increases there is simply not enough room. Your report needs to help people make better choices. As we have already seen in previous videos, sometimes people make bad choices. This could be because they don't know how to make good choices. Sometimes they know exactly what their actions are going to do, but have no choice. They have to use the rainforest. So, this report should help people to make better choices.